waiting outside Travis County Jail right now. The jail named after Colonel William Travis, the Texan that stood his ground and drew the line in the sand against Santa Ana that was demanding us to lay down our guns and turn over our gun rights. I'm waiting for the individual that was unlawfully arrested here at the Capitol Friday about 8:30 in the morning, between 8 and 9 in the morning. He was arrested for carrying what I have on me right now is a blue gun, a training gun. He was unlawfully arrested at and caged here. It's Saturday about 10 o'clock at night now, so just waiting for his release. This right here, you can buy it. There's no age requirement to it. It's a plastic. Stuff that does require age requirement when you go to buy it through the store. Super glue, cold medicines, stuff like that, lighters, all that. You know, actually has more restrictions to this, but this will get you arrested at the Capitol. Okay, so I'm sitting with the gentleman that just got arrested Friday at the Capitol and just got released about 20 minutes ago, and we're gonna have a little discussion here about what exactly happened. Texas, he was carrying a blue gun, a training pistol, you know, and it's ironic because there's a speed pass line where if you have your CHL, you can go right through the line without even going through the metal detector, and he was actually surrounded by people with their pistols on them, but supposedly the issue of the day was the blue training gun. He got arrested for criminal trespass at a Capitol, which we should own as you know, individuals of the state of Texas should have rights to, you know, our Capitol. This is not the first time they've arrested somebody at the Capitol for a plastic toy or a training item like this. Do you know if the officers knew before they arrested you if it was clearly not a pistol?
They knew it was. They knew it wasn't a real gun. The tall DPS officer said, "You're actually good to go," because I actually went through the metal detector without setting it off. She walks completely around me with the metal wand, because my glasses tend to set off the metal detector. She walks completely around, and it's actually this person here that told the little lady that I had a gun. And this is when she finally realizes it's on my person. Right now, she says you have to leave the grounds, that I'm trespassing, and that I'm not allowed to have a firearm openly displayed. And I said I do not have a firearm on my person. I said, can you actually cite the law that says you can't have a toy gun? Well, I actually plan on going to the third floor to watch the debate on HB 910. She says, no, you're officially criminal trespassing. And I said, can you cite the law? And she says, no. She says, at this point, you're under arrest.
In the video that I recorded during your arrest, you can almost actually hear, and I think you mentioned that she actually, you know, verbally said that to confirm, of her saying, oh, it's a toy, or oh, it's not real.
But it leads to my original question and statement: if this is an actual firearm, the manufacturer, the people that sell it online, everything, that's...
If that's a firearm, why didn't they get you for no serial number on it? Why didn't they get you for so many more violations if it's actually a firearm?
That's a beautiful point. But yeah, that's the problem. If there's no serial number on this so-called firearm,
how do you do the paperwork on it? What caliber is it chambered in? How did they do the paperwork on this so-called firearm that they're trying to place you under arrest on?
If this has been done before, which I know it has been, I thought this had already been ironed out. Wouldn't there have been training on, if this happens again, this is what we should do? And instead they take it further. They don't allow, instead of having a debate on what the code is and what the law is, now it's shut it down as fast as possible, stop all filming, and get it out of sight. So it hadn't been trained that this isn't a firearm. It's been trained, we shut it down, we cover it up, and we get you to jail as fast as possible.
Yeah, and it brings up a very good point, in my opinion, about this whole the training thing. Like you said, it's been over and over. I think about, you know, in the past year and a half, we've had somewhere upwards about 10 different individuals arrested for real similar circumstances. Now, they use against us all the time that ignorance of the law is no excuse, but there definitely seems to be a double standard with the law enforcement. In particular, DPS Region 7 is having this issue over and over, arresting us again. So why is it a double standard for us having ignorance of the law being no excuse, but for these officers that continue to have ignorance on this law, they don't blink an eye about, and nothing gets dealt with over that?
Yes, sir. What trend does this set? That if you trespass on public land, what public land can you not ever?
I was
Well-
thinking this is huge, man, because you guys got arrested for something that the ATF doesn't consider firearms and
Yeah.
black powder pistols. Now he gets arrested for a fucking rubber pistol.
And the funny thing about black powder pistols is the same thing as a plastic gun. You can go into any store and buy them, or you can go online, pay with a credit card, and have it shipped to your house. My plastic pistol was sent to me by the U.S. Postal Service. If in fact I was trespassed originally for firearms, but they dropped all firearm related charges, then that goes into question that the original charge of trespassing and my constitutional rights.
They had no right to ask you
I
to
don't-
leave.
How many constitutional rights were actually violated?
Are you aware that in the gift shop to the Capitol that they actually sell replica firearms of like revolvers and such that look so real? I believe the cylinder actually even turns much more realistic than that rubber thing that simulates a handgun you were
No,
arrested with.
I've never been into the.
Yeah, in the gift shop at the Capitol. So
Are
you know,
you serious?
it's crazy that coming through the door you're arrested, but if you would have just went to the
Never.
gift shop and bought one,
And that's another thing.
it wouldn't have been an issue.
Oh,
You
man.
took a stand.
Oh,
You took a
that's
stand
a
that
very
day,
good one.
whereas our Texas legislators
I don't mean to
for
be angry.
5 hours
Bowed down.
bowed down as rhinos. I mean, it was ridiculous.
It was.
What happened while you were locked up? You took a stand while one other representative actually took a stand that day, and everybody else bowed down. It was a disgraceful day for gun rights in Texas. It really was.
Be done.
Anything else you want to say?
Well, I've been trying to push the envelope naturally without talking to a lawyer, but it was the whole frustration of it that absolutely no discussion with the DPS. They shut down, but they obviously called one of us. There's a group out there of us, and this whole one of us and you're one of them, and that there's no area for discussion. You're either on their side or you're general public or one of us, and that is dangerous.
That was good, man. That was huge.
Okay.
Huge.
Awesome, man. Thanks for sticking around.
For them
I
to
know,
say that, that's huge, man. Now they know.
I know you just got out. And
There
all that.
are some. I'll hit some. I'm ginning.
This is important to get your voice out there
But
and
the,
kind of say what you can.
It's huge.
Yeah, you
man.
kill it. We're
Just